The next part of the trial's about to start. Now to find some way to pin all this on the ratings Raja.
After this trial, I'm gonna take Damon to court for assault.
Dang it, Billy! You can't say or do anything without me around, you harebrain! Now don't give me any more lip or I'll beat you with the baton again!
Yes, sir.
I'll remember this. Just you wait.
We're the Bittersweet Gamers!
I'm We Square.
And I'm the Opinionator! Let's go!
Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Now Trucy herself is on the stand. I guess we do still have a lot of evidence, so I suppose this is going to be the last stage of the trial.
Yeah. Trucy Wright, magician.
Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch,
Throw the murderer in
the
jail!
last member of that criminal troupe.
Boo! We don't want to see you on any stage.
Her family is pretty cursed.
Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out on the spot.
Thanks, Judge! What's with all the hecklers?
I bet they're the fans Mr. Rayton's invited.
Oi, trying to give us a social media hazing, huh? What a grade A jerk! Well, he's not gonna psych us out.
Now then, Miss Wright. This court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword or to a rubber one on stage.
What's this supposed to steal sword?
Don't worry about it. So please testify about this issue.
She's just gonna try and trick us again with her
Burn her
magic!
at the stake!
Give her
What
the
the-
death penalty!
That laugh was far too generic to be a regular, audience member.
If she floats, she's a duck!
Silence! All of you! I won't tell you again.
Well, she is.
There's a big X marked outside that I will dump all of you in one at a time. I've got the bailiffs trained and everything. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this.
Well, we have to. I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened. Would that be all right, Your Honor?
Why, yes, that sounds great!
You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge, for yourself.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling. A performer to the bitter end, huh?
That's her motto. Our Trucy is amazing, isn't she?
Her motto is be a performer till the bitter end?
No, always be smiling.
Okay, that makes more sense. I mean, that's what it is.
I like how Athena's talking like they're your kid, like she's your kid or something.
Well, I mean, there's no relation. She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face.
What did I just say? Ah-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
She's faithfully following the true Grammary Creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. Oh, this is gonna be awesome!
This is new and this is great.
The stupendous sword switch.
I love how in this trial they keep finding new ways to have testimony.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword.
Ooh, I'm watching.
Allow me to demonstrate
An apple?
just how sharp this blade truly is. Oh, that's pretty sharp, actually.
That's pretty good reflexes.
See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed, and now the inside of my pocket is sticky with apple juice. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Swordo! There, I've switched it.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, of course it's good.
And now... Hup!
What do you want? Try and say she doesn't know how to do it. She was able to perform it in here.
Right! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber. They probably shouldn't have let me hold a weapon in the courtroom.
I'm pretty sure the armed bailiff would be fine. I hate to admit it, but even I'm impressed.
Bravo, Miss Wright! Oh!
Wow, she switched them in a flash.
So, are we gonna get to cross-examine her while she's doing it? Okay, once you've got the apple. Now, Trucy, how'd you do that part? She's completely turned the room around. Leave it to a performer.
The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering.
Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? That is evidence you shouldn't get rid of it. In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us, if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know.
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
How do you throw it back there?
She's just that good, David!
So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain.
Exactly. So, you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I?
Now, hold on. We kind of need to, unfortunately. We need to use this as proof.
That's our Trucy.
No, really, where'd it go? Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right?
It'd have to be, because that's the only time in which we don't see the sword.
Even for just a fraction of a second.
Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court.
That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony.
She didn't spin during the video trick.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We'll look when it comes time for it.
He probably noticed it too. Yeah.
And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Like I said last time, if I see an inconsistency, no matter how painful.
Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic.
No! I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Yes!
Of course it's gonna be like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword.
That sword there?
Please be careful, Miss Wright.
Don't worry, I've practiced this trick 1,000 times. You should know you were my assistant.
Miss Wright, how did you get back on the stand?
Magic!
Why did you get back on the stand?
That's right, Apollo. You have to give Trucy some credit. She knows what she's doing.
I know, I am her assistant after all, but it still makes me nervous every time.
But that's what magic is all about. You being nervous specifically. A truly great magician can make her audience experience all kinds of thrills and chills.
Ghibli, 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 ghibli.
Now who's making outdated references?
I guess you're right. I'd better try not to interrupt her too much while she's doing the trick, or she'll stab herself in the head with a rubber sword. I don't want to distract her or break her concentration.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, back to the exciting world of magic. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is.
I mean, we have to press every...
Oh yeah, of course. Miss Wright! Please don't swing that big, dangerous thing around. Somebody could get hurt. Like I said.
Apollo, please don't shout when I am swinging said blade around. Somebody could get hurt. Me!
It'd probably be me, honestly. Yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't help myself.
You should know better than to talk to me when I'm on stage.
But this is a cross-examination and I'm your lawyer.
The world's a stage.
Does that mean I can never talk to you again?
Mr. Justice, I'll see you in my chambers after court is adjourned.
Your Honor! I don't suppose somebody could make me disappear before that happens and still get Trucy off, of course.
Let's just watch quietly, shall we, Apollo?
No, hold on.
And now, back to the show. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed.
So it's definitely a real sword, right?
Now, Apollo. I know you're excited, but you have to control yourself.
Mr. Justice,
Come on!
if you needlessly interrupt this wonderful magic show again,
Why are you doing this to me?
I will be forced to bring my very real gavel down on your head.
Well, I guess I've never been beaten by the judge before.
The judge seems to be completely taken in by Trucy's magic. Not that I could blame him.
Yeah, it's like she's cast a magic spell over him.
Very good, Apollo.
Thank you. I'd better not interrupt her anymore. There's no telling what the judge might do to me when I press on the next statement.
Miss Wright, please ignore any further outbursts from Mr. Justice.
Objection!
And proceed with your spectacular trick.
Take that! Why isn't anybody paying attention?
All right, here I go then. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and get interrupted.
I did it again, sorry.
I've had it up to here, Apollo.
Sorry!
Can't you listen quietly like a big boy?
Okay, I will listen.
I'm not holding your hand.
Sorry about that. I just got a little too worked up because this is a trial and I'm the lawyer and that's what I do. I gotta like gesture and yell objection and stuff.
Apollo.
I know it was lame.
Now, boys and girls, watch carefully and please don't kick the seat in front of you. I will now take this sword and... the part that we actually have to... Presto Sordo! There! I've switched it!
Okay, so you didn't say presto sordo during the actual show. That's the contradiction, right? So, you switched swords when you spun around just now?
That's right. It's the same way I do the trick in the actual magic show, too. But I'm also doing a lot of extra things that I don't do during the show right now, though. Ah. The key point is the sword switching. If only we could prove she did it during the actual show, too.
Right. See, because this is the point. Prove that she switched them during the show. Huh. Do we have any, like, video evidence, or...
What's the matter, Apollo? You look troubled. Sorry, you were doing it. I thought it was fun.
No, don't worry about that. Okay. Even though I say that this is quite the pickle, how should I go about handling message and stuff?
Miss Wright, please continue with your trick.
So you've all just witnessed me switching the swords. And now, hup!
Watch out! The sword is dangerous!
What do you think you're doing, Apollo?
Trying to mess up your trick. But you were putting yourself in danger! And you're like my little sister! I couldn't just stand by and not say something!
Mr. Justice, you're putting your head in danger of meeting my gavel.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's cleared up its schedule for the evening.
Oh no.
Apollo, you better apologize before you become this case's next victim.
Okay, I'm sorry! I'm very sorry, everyone. Why am I always the bad guy?
All right, boys and girls, if you want to ask for an encore, wait until the end, okay? Now then, my sword was sharp as steel just moments ago, but... as you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber! Apollo, what are you doing?
Sorry, it's fun to say that. You try.
Boing, oing, oing. I guess you are.
Wow, that's incredible! When in the world did you switch them? I'm so bad at this.
Huh? But I explained it once already.
Could you show it to me again?
Sure. But remember, a magician doesn't usually share her secrets.
But this is a court of law?
So this is a very special exception.
Well, and I'm very grateful for your generosity, believe me. I'd better take a good hard look at the instant she switches the swords, because for some reason I think that's the important point.
Even though she explained how she does it, I still can't see her do it.
That's because the character model doesn't actually do anything special.
What? It blows me away no matter how many times I watch.
Yeah, me too. But
What is it, Apollo?
did you notice anything about the way Trucy moves during the trick?
You mean like her movements?
Let's be way more specific so the players know what to look for in the video.
Yeah.
I don't get it. What's the real story, Trucy? I bet what actually happened...
Yes,
Yeah. Just to make sure we're right on it. I bet what actually happened is she picked it up and realized it was the right sword.
Oh! So she didn't... Okay.
You need to switch it. I mean, we don't know that she didn't switch it, but that's what I'm expecting. That, like, Mr. Hat had the...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like we thought. Maybe she did it in the smoke?
Yeah, that could be possible. Well, that's the only discrepancy we found.
Oh no, that's it. I just was checking the timing of the second shadow to make sure that what we thought happened in the video did. And we were kind of off, but
So this is the one we need to present it at.
right.
Objection!
Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
Well, what is it, Apollo?
There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage.
What? But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times.
Then what's going on here?
Right?
Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it.
What? But I did it.
So it really is the exact moment you switch the swords?
Yes, that's right.
I knew it.
Dang.
Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused's lie for me.
Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show?
No, Your Honor. That wasn't my intention. I mean...
I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Objection!
Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I am afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false.
But
Now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Rias's death was not an accident, but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still? It was, after all, your own assertion.
I mean, we're not fully there yet, but
The defense,
the defense has an objection to you, Mr. Apollo Justice.
I'm sorry I messed everything up.
I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out now.
But the truth is the truth.
Even if he did withdraw it, it wouldn't matter.
But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something. I'm sure of it.
would the defense team kindly save their spat until after court is adjourned? Now, after all of this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage.
Through her actions, I'm afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions.
It's such a shame.
But I did switch the swords, I swear.
Now, every other time there's a defendant up here who's like, "Nuh-uh, and I'll testify by pulling junk out of my ass that you can easily refute." But why is there not doing that now?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're knee deep in it now, Justice. Well, I'll be darned. I guess she was telling the truth, huh?
It's that thing she wanted to tell us earlier.
Excuse me?
Let's see. You are, which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Bonny!
It's Bonny. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor.
Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonny?
Well, I really would have thought that you would understand the Bonny part in my name. Honestly, look at me, and I'm the one with the floppy ears and the... I'm sorry, this isn't a sticking point with me or anything. Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to testify. About what? The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Rios. Bonny?
Hey, what's the big idea?
Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it.
What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down.
Well, I've got a live mouse in my pocket.
Oh, excellent.
No, I won't be quiet.
What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me?
Actually, I guess it'd really be more like a bug. That would be some sort of titanic bat that eats mice, huh?
Right?
Trucy said something to me once.
Huh?
She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, like you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about.
Refuted by my sister.
Isn't that right, Trucy?
That's right, Bonny.
I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said.
And it was a pretty sweet racket, too.
But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic.
Hurry up and convict her already!
Give her the death penalty!
I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be all right, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourself.
Ooh. Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not going to run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm going to be brave.
Grr. What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You've practically brainwashed her, undoing all the work I did brainwashing her. It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonny's heart.
Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonny, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess? Yes, Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off.
What if the footage in the camera is not the one that they just played? What if it's from a previous practice attempt or something like that? Wait, no, it couldn't be.
The dragon fell, though.
Yeah, okay. No, you're right.
No,
Never mind.
I was...
Well, it could have been edited, maybe?
It's not impossible.
Ratings does own a TV show.
And we got it from a producer or something, or a director, actually. I think it was
Yeah.
a director.
You're right.
But,
Okay.
I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean by that, Bonnie?
I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage.
Objection.
Of course it is. The show has only been performed once after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection.
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. Again!
But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show?
Well, I have some show footage.
You're right! The camera, Mr. Rios is recording. Wait,
Well,
that
no,
wouldn't
but
show anything.
there was the show footage we saw in the camera that we couldn't take with us, like when we saw it when we investigated and had to distract Emma for.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was exactly the same.
Yeah, I know. We'd notice differences now.
Yeah!
You do? One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. We ran into that guy.
Yeah.
He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then, afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present.
And then my sister killed him and drank his blood.
Again. She did what now? I mean, he did. To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was going to get rid of it.
Hold it.
But please submit that footage to the court.
Now then, let's take a look at this new footage.
Again! Here we go.
Uh-huh.
Yep, this is pretty creepy, all right. Okay, poof. The shadow should be going...
Up. Can't see Trucy.
Oh! Well, that's rather heavily edited then.
Right? And she did...
Did that happen?
That didn't happen.
What? This isn't even the same thing.
He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he?
I see that it's creepy and kind of pervy, but like, it wasn't even the same show.
I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. I mean, she ran over him.
Kind of, yeah. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? For some reason, I'm going to not notice. Of course I do. Prosecutor Sadmati, you can't be a fool. You saw everything that was different.
Okay, so how are we going to go about this?
We watched both tapes 8 more times.
Yes.
No. Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them.
But we already know what the inconsistency is.
There's several of them.
An inconsistency, huh?
Yeah. The two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up, they just don't. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if we can pick out what's different between the two...
We'll know what Bonnie found strange.
Exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't so you got that?
Yeah.
Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage.
Very well, I will allow it. That's my job.
What a waste of time.
I said that was my job.
Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage?
Are we getting another courtroom tutorial?
You play one on one screen and the other on the other screen, and wait, there's only one screen. No, I've never done it before.
I'll give you a little lesson then. It's a new feature for this game. I hope you like watching video clips. Use the on-screen buttons to operate the video playback.
Oh, we've done this before.
When you want to speed through, tap the fast forward button. And if you want to go back, tap the rewind button. If you want to halt the playback, just tap the pause button. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback.
Oh,
That's really important.
That does seem important, Athena. So, how do I switch between the two videos?
Just tap the switch camera icon in the top left.
Top left of what? What icon?
Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage,
What the icon? Oh, the icon on the... Why is this icon here?
put the cursor over what's different and present it to the court.
The cursor? Oh, like where I'm putting the mouse or the pointer? Okay, fine, thanks.
Not really. I just gave it some gusto and then went with my gut on most of it.
Not really thanks? What are you talking about? Anyway, let's see what we can come up with.
Okay.
Okay, let's back it off first. I just want to see the moment the cards appear.
Okay, this stuff.
You can see it
So
there.
right here.
Okay, so forward one, and then we'll just compare.
I mean...
This is not the same.
Okay, well, let's get the cards on screen so I can...
Yeah. Oh, good. I was like, the thing was kind of off, but it was generous.
Yeah.
This is it right here. What the heck is this? Why didn't everybody notice this?
Yeah.
Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front.
Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here?
This looks like the video from a rehearsal, not the show.
Yeah.
The other one has the set piece falling.
Yeah.
Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards?
Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick. Even though I didn't do that in this trick either.
Well, she said she did some things different.
You're right.
What? What are you talking about?
Mr. Justice, does this mean?
Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited? Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd.
Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away.
I'm surprised that Nayuta is actually so hostile to this.
I mean, he seems like a guy when once he makes a decision, he's gung-ho about it.
Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. We'll wait. So how's everyone doing?
These parts are always cut, Your Honor. Yep. Where's Socks? It's you.
Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding, believe you me.
Who authorized you to get on the stand?
Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers.
And who might you be?
Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor.
I hate it when he talks like that.
Oh, well, how very polite of you.
It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Sadmati. Please take my card.
A business card? Ah, yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. How embarrassing. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. Let's see. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lackin', homie? For example.
Oh, you're from Take Two TV, are you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before.
Yes, Roger Ratings, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby," I believe is how he says it.
Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja.
Hang loose, judgy baby. Nice courtroom you got here.
What's crack-a-lackin', homie?
I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But, Prosecutor Sadmati, how do you know so much about him?
In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows.
All of them?
I found the Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest.
He's thorough, I'll give him that much.
It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. Fast food burgers are not local cuisine.
What? You went to Burger Barn?
Who would have thought?
You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that line, whew!
Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. An hour? An hour!
How great is Burger Barn? I'm really curious.
Must be pretty good, but it wouldn't be worth it. I recommend the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way.
I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers.
Ahem! Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside,
This kind of reminds me of Code Talker from Metal Gear Solid
Yeah!
5. The Frankenburger, the chemical burger.
Maybe believing in Chinese means you like burgers. Look at Maya.
Mr. Ratings, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned?
Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled.
I'm still really interested in the part where Bonny runs at the camera.
Yeah.
Well, that verifies
Yeah, that
that
proves
takes
she
care
did
of
the
that.
trick.
Yeah.
Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it's supposed to be.
Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick.
How strange. There must be something else he's up to, because this just helps prove her innocence.
Yeah. Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one.
Yeah, it has to be that.
In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Rias.
Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there.
What do you mean?
Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords, as you saw.
Are they gonna go with the line of swap the wrong,
wrong sword?
sword?
So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Rias when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse.
I mean, I think that right now.
Yeah.
So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script?
I think one of us said in the last episode that someone may have walked up and stabbed him while he was still playing dead.
It has to do with that second shadow. Like Mr. Hat Drop or something.
Yeah.
If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed?
It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I say Trucy murdered Mr. Rias when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon, and nobody'd be the wiser.
I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion.
I mean, we're just ignoring the fact that realistically there'd be like 30 people working behind the stage, but
Hey, these magicians and their proprietary tricks don't want to share it with the staff. Yeah,
You bet! Plus there's a suspicious looking shadow in the footage too.
that's not Trucy, though.
Right! It's
mean-
toward the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage.
I mean, I guess it does meet the right shape.
Yeah. It might be easier to just see it for yourself.
That cannot be Trucy.
Yeah! It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. This suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim.
That cannot be it.
Yeah, what?
Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way.
No, it looks like something on a winch being pulled up.
Yeah.
Objection!
This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor, and that's my job. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage?
Right! You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it so that you can poke holes in my argument?
Please.
I mean, I've seen people testify on TV and I've always wanted to give it a shot.
That would be fine with me, Prosecutor Sadmati.
This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case.
Hey, lighten up, pretty boy.
Well, since you put it that way,
You're gonna like what I've got to say. Promise.
you are a smarmy man. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed.
Permanently!
Billy, I did not say that.
All right, with Prosecutor Sadmati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Ratons.
The ghostest with the testimostest! or
Roger
something.
Ratons, the Roger Ratons, the Ratons Raja, now Kaiser of the courtroom. I've taken over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers.
It wasn't deliberate, I tell ya!
Footage is meant to be edited, I tell ya. Scenes are spliced together and long or boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence. That particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage?
Well, actually, we do. So I'm really glad you brought that up.
I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword swapping scene was cut?
That's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me.
Ooh, an objection! How cool! It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live.
Get the camera out of my face.
Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle.
You don't get to live stream your testimony. My objection is not for your entertainment.
And cut! There! I got some good stuff there.
It's for the players' entertainment, really.
Mr. Ratons, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse.
Whoops! My bad, Judge.
And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination.
It wasn't deliberate, I tell you. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you.
Hold it.
Really? I've never heard anybody say that.
It's common knowledge in the TV world.
And with videos, too.
Yeah!
I try to make the edits look smooth, but not impossible to see, because it's not like we're trying to cover anything up.
Right. You got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing?
Being there live?
A magic show like that one, anyway.
That was ice cold.
Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching. Scenes are spliced together and long or boring scenes are cut out.
Hold it.
Are you saying you thought there were boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic show?
You gotta ask, that scripted presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor.
Methinks he doth protest a bit too much.
Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does.
What didn't you like about the show exactly?
The whole thing. It was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it.
Oh, I love it when people talk about common folk.
But a show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is.
It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash.
Ooh, nice thing, Apollo.
I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony.
Exactly! Whether it's showbiz or the legal biz, we do what we gotta do to get the job done. Anyway, editing footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry.
Now I believe that, there's just one problem.
All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something.
Hey, what were you about to say?
Hold it.
It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will toward Troop Grammary.
What makes you think that?
The things that you yourself have said. I mean, you can't miss it.
Right!
From the very beginning.
You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those Grammary magicians are all a bunch of lowlives.
And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time.
Objection.
Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, though I bear the defense no ill will,
I don't believe you.
I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer.
You know, for example.
You bear me no ill will? Could have fooled me!
No. I magically squeeze the heads of many people.
Oh, I'm nothing special then. And yet it is the truth. I am only strict on you, as it seems you have strayed from the path.
If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Ratons, please continue your testimony.
It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional.
Hold it.
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword-switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me, especially when it's one of the magic tricks in a magic show.
Right?
Isn't that sort of the point of being there in the first place?
Right! Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot? It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. Not like I have editors for that or anything.
Then let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case?
You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision.
Well, why don't you even give me an excuse and try and tell me then?
I tell you, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it.
Well, I do understand how that goes. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy, do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go ahead with it, so may as well.
Okay.
And this is the evidence that proves it. It's the contract.
Oh, I was gonna say the clipboard. All right.
Take that!
It wasn't? Well, I guess it was a clipboard then.
Oh,
Oh well, since it ended up like that, we may as well see what he says on the next one.
or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage?
I mean, I thought we would be presenting the clipboard on this, but
Yeah.
what other scenes did you cut from the footage?
Huh? Oh, no others, I guess. Even after all that tirade.
You mean you only edited out the sword switching trick scene and nothing else? Don't you think that's too much of a stretch to claim that as mere coincidence?
Objection!
No matter how artificial you find the affair, stranger things have happened on their own. That is, unless you have something with which to prove otherwise, defense? Oh, we kind of talk about that somewhere else here. If you have a valid criticism of Mr. Rayton's testimony, feel free to counter with evidence, please.
Well, Apollo? I think the defense team needs to be edited out of this trial. That's what they need. I'll have to clean up this footage later.
He isn't really gonna put this on TV, is he? He can't!
Yeah!
Trying to prove malicious intent is tough. All he has to do is say it was all a coincidence.
We'll need to find some kind of foothold if we want to make any progress.
Man, we've been shouting about the clipboard the whole time, but I thought that would be jumping one step ahead, which is why
Yeah.
I didn't want to use it there. I was trying to prove that he has a specific... Well, I mean, you know what I was saying.
Yeah, no,
It's
I know
like,
exactly.
If
the
he-
party screws up, then they owe a whole bunch of money.
So anything you can do to encourage that screwed upness, but... Right? There isn't anything else it could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
because this is the thing that proves the dishonesty.
Yeah! So, fingers crossed.
Take that!
Huh? What's that you've got there?
Well, this is basically the main point of this entire case and kind of the defense.
And see, he's presenting the contract! What the hell, Gabe? I mean, okay.
Yeah, no, come on!
I mean, the clipboard proves that he tricked her to get her signature.
Yes, but brah! This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show without talking to her or anything. This contract between the first party, Take Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads, if, through the fault of the second party, the show must be canceled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party.
The $3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum. That's a lot of snackoos, though.
I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Rayton's had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway, one she didn't even get to read.
Oh, yeah.
Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it.
Conned her? How did you do that?
There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy your signature onto other documents.
Oh, like a note. Hey!
Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way.
It's also true. Why would you have a clipboard with carbon paper and a secret panel?
Yeah!
You just having one of those is bad enough.
For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff.
My client alleges she never read the contract.
Don't we also have fingerprints?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought we did. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her.
She wouldn't have signed it if she would have read that.
Right?
But $3 million? That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Ratons.
Where's your proof linking me to that tricked-out clipboard? You don't have any, do you?
You might be right. I don't remember.
Well, let's press him and find out.
Hold it!
This clipboard is yours, though, isn't it, Mr. Ratons?
Well, it belongs to the TV station anyway. That much I know. Maybe it was an old prop for one of our TV shows that got used by mistake.
Or maybe you used it on purpose to con Miss Wright.
Objection!
Mr. Ratons has already stated that he did not. Mr. Justice, please do not use this trial to try to get out of paying your agency's debt. That's not what I'm doing!
Proof Mr. Ratons is connected to the carbon paper, huh? If Trucy's signature was copied onto the fake contract,
It would have less strength.
then there must be an original contract that Trucy actually did sign.
Right. True, but I bet Ratons is too savvy to leave something like that behind as evidence.
Yeah.
But what if her signature was copied onto more than just a fake contract?
Oh!
Like we were saying a minute ago,
Like a third document with Trucy's signature on it?
a minute ago, we edited it out because we tried to cut out the long, boring stuff. But we were, what the heck is that laugh?
I don't know, I should just take it out back and kill it.
But we did look at those signatures comparing, because we have two, one on this third document, the note about prank, and all the details are the same, but one of them is also, like, one of them is stronger than the other.
Yeah.
Like it's more filled in, like then the other one is lighter.
But it is written the exact same way,
yeah,
too.
there's no changes whatsoever.
Have we seen anything like that, though? Hey, what are you guys whispering
We
about?
weren't even whispering!
Let me continue my testimony. I got places to be, people to scam. Ahem.
I bet you do. The thing is I don't see how this directly links Roger Ratons, but it has to do with the signature thing and nothing else directly links Ratons.
Yeah,
to this.
and-
But I don't feel comfortable with this. I guess it's better than in how a lot of other games you would three testimonies in a row. You present the exact same piece of evidence.
Objection!
You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken, because we are really slimy. Nobody likes us, and everyone wants to be one.
Wow, Apollo, you've really grasped the essence of your profession, haven't you?
Yours too, Athena, yours too.
Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster.
Think of the viewers.
I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on this contract.
Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same, and in the same area, too.
Exactly that. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice.
That's true.
Unless it's a copy.
Well, I suppose if you practice it enough.
Sure, but the same location on the paper
That's true.
as
That's
well.
true. That's true. Yes, keep going.
These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitively prove your malicious intent.
Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you.
Don't owe you $3 million anymore either. In fact, I'm gonna countersue.
This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure.
Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Ratons. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right?
Objection.
What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will towards Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed.
That's right. I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar. That's all.
Wow, I don't think I've heard the word pecuniary in a while.
I don't know what it means. After all, I
Money.
never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show. What an interesting way to refer to her for someone I've never met before. Wouldn't I call her Mrs. Wright otherwise?
No, it seems like there's something pretty fishy about all this, but...
So I have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right?
I don't know about that. He didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. It just oozes from his pores.
Much like his skis. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those grammary magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes.
That would be the line right there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Seems like a great place to stop to me!
And you were concerned about cliffhangers, Damon.
Objection!
You're